cut is a thread, and it can be on two surfaces. One can be on external cylindrical surface and other can be on internal cylindrical surface. Both will be the thread. One can be called as external thread, other can be called as internal thread. And in this thread there are various things which can be known to us. That is, one is minor diameter, and minor diameter is corresponding to the root, which we can see here. Root is shown here at this point, and there is a crest of the thread. So root and crests are there. So corresponding to root, we have a diameter called minor diameter, and corresponding to crest, we have another diameter is called major diameter. In between these two, major and minor, there is another diameter called pitch diameter, and pitch diameter is obtained at the location where there is a line passing between the crest and the root. And where should this line pass, that we can get after knowing the pitch. There is another term called as pitch. Pitch is the two consecutive two point distance between two consecutive thread, distance between two point uh, on the two consecutive threads. So this is the pitch. And there is another term which is not mentioned here, that is lead. If we rotate the thread, means this is screw, by one revolution around its axis, and then advancement of the screw in along the axis is called as lead. We will see the lead in some other figure, but here a few things we can know. Root, crest, flank. Flank is this inclined phase which is there, and there is thread angle of thread, which is shown here. Angle of thread is shown here. Angle between two flank. Two flank, we call it angle of thread. So these are few things which are related to the thread, which should be known to us. There is a figure which mentions about the two types of threads: internal thread and external thread. Here, this one is the external thread, which is shown by some hatching lines, and above one is shown as internal thread. So here two threads are shown. Its specifications in terms of pitch has been mentioned, and other diameters also. Like for internal thread, we have capital D1 as a minor diameter and capital D2 as a pitch diameter, and the capital D is the major diameter. Similarly, for external thread, we have small d, that is the major diameter, small d2 as a pitch diameter, and small d3 is minor diameter. So these are the different other dimensions are given in terms of h. H is given as this distance, means distance between two apex. Like here one or we can take crest, this crest and this root. Between this we call it capital H. In terms of H, we have mentioned many dimensions, and other are in terms of pitch. So this is related to a thread in mesh. Mesh in the sense that two threads are engaged, means one is external thread and other is internal thread. And there are various forms of thread. Forms of threads means how they look like, and they based on their shape we call it of different forms. This one is, first one is sharp V, so it is like V, so we call it V thread. In this, angle of the thread is 60 degree. There is another thread which is called as Whitworth thread. It is having 55-degree angle, and other dimensions in that form of pitch has been given for all the dimensions, for all the threads. Like for sharp V thread, we have pitch as shown here from a distance between crest to crest, and the depth of the thread has been shown as 0.87 p. So here in this case, radius, which is there is a round uh, part in the thread. So for that, radius has been mentioned. And there is another thread, that is buttress thread. Here angle of the thread is 45 degree, and rest of the dimensions which are given as in the terms of pitch are shown here. And another important, yes.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, both pitch and lead are same, sir, in number.
Well, that relationship I will tell later on. In fact, both are different. So in particular case, they can be same, but in
Like for single start screw.
yes, for single start thread, it will be same. Pitch and lead will be same.
Acha, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So here, this is the square thread, where you can see the specification of the square thread. As it, you can see, it look like its form is look like a square. And there is ACME thread, that is the thread which is used in place of square thread, and it is having better strength than the square thread, because the thickness of the root is more in case of the ACME thread, and angle between these two flanks are 29 degree. And worm is another kind of thread similar to that ACME thread, but the depth is different in this case. Root depth, thread depth is different. Related to different diameter means nominal diameter of the thread. And what is the nominal diameter? Nominal diameter is the diameter of a cylindrical piece on which thread is being cut. So nominal, other than the major, minor and pitch diameter, we can have nominal diameter. So that is the diameter on which the of the cylindrical piece on which the thread has been cut. So here there are nominal diameters shown, and corresponding to the nominal diameter there are pitches shown here: coarse pitch and fine pitch. So pitch is not shown onto the designation, but fine pitch is shown in the designation. We will learn about that designation, how a thread can be designated. Like here, thread designation is there. So one thread has been shown here, that is M10 into 1.25. What does it mean? M stands for metric thread, and 10 is the nominal diameter, and 1.25 is the pitch. So this, in this way we can represent, if the nominal diameter of the metric thread and pitch has been given, then we can designate in short like this. Other designations are for square thread: SQ 40 into 10. 10 is the pitch and 40 is the nominal diameter for the square thread. ACME thread 48 like this. Worm thread, worm 40 into 10 like this. We can show the different types of threads. Here we can see in the figure, bigger figure, where we can see there are two. Yes.
M into 1.25.
1 into 2, 1 in 1.25 means the pitch of the thread is 1.25. Pitch of the thread is 1.25. From the table you can see here different pitches are shown. Here it is corresponding to 10. This is 10. 10 is nominal diameter. For nominal diameter 10 we have pitch as 1.25. So that is shown here.
Sir,
Yes.
in this chart, nominal diameters has two types, first choice and second choice. What does that mean, sir?
This thing I am not clear about it, so I cannot say anything. But main one thing we can know, this is nominal diameter, and they are two choices, as you can see that in the table.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So here in this figure, you can see there are two lines. One is red line, another is the purple line. So in this two lines, and two lines are on the surface of the cylinder, they are making helices, and helices are starting from some point, like here from one point and from here another point. So two helices are there. One is red one, other is purple one. So two helices are there. So we can say that there are two starts of the two threads are starting. So two threads are starting from this top. So there will be two start thread. So in case of two start thread, you can see the figure. There is two start thread. Here two colors are shown. So that we can see in this figure. This the first one is V type thread, where pitch and lead has been shown. Here pitch has been shown and here lead has been shown. So for one revolution of this screw, we will have one pitch of advancement in the along the axis. So we call it single start thread. And if we consider this second figure, where we can see the lead is twice of the pitch. So it means this is case of the double start thread, where the lead is twice of the pitch. And similarly, where we have square threads, in the same way we have lead and pitch equal for a single start, and for double start we have lead is equal to double of the pitch. There are two types of threads. One is left-handed thread and other is right-handed thread. In most of the cases, you will find the right-handed thread. Right-handed thread means if we turn the thread in clockwise direction, turn the screw in clockwise direction, it will advance in forward direction. And if we turn the screw in counterclockwise direction, it will advance the screw in forward direction. So both are different. In one case we are rotating the screw in clockwise direction, then it is advancing, and in case of the second one, that is left-handed thread, if we rotate counterclockwise direction, then it will advance in forward direction. So it is one is the left-handed thread, example of this left-handed thread, and this is example of right-handed thread. There are conventional representations of the threads. that we have to learn, because in the drawing we will use these type of representations for external. Yes.
Sir, a left hand thread goes ahead when turning clockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Okay, left for counterclockwise and clockwise for right hand thread. Right,
Yes,
sir?
right-handed clockwise. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So here in this representation, you can see this is the case of external thread, where thread has been represented by a parallel line. One line has been drawn here, other line is drawn here. So here also two lines are drawn. So both are representing here and here. Both are representing the thread, external thread. And when we draw a side view of the external thread, two concentric circles will be there. Internal circle will be shown broken in case of the external thread. And here also in the second figure also you will see this thread has been shown in section, and section view has been shown. Section view, all the part threaded part has been shown in the same way as the other parts, and the thread is also hatched in the same direction as other part of the component. So, and here also we can see the concentric circles, and the one circle which is inner one is shown broken, and other two circles are corresponding to the hole which is inside it in the object. So that is corresponding to the holes, and these are the two circles only. So but the two circles which are important one, which we have to remember, that the external circle will be continuous one, and inner circle should be broken one. And now these are related to the external thread. Now we have the internal thread, where thread cannot be seen from outside, so dashed lines are drawn here, and corresponding to that the side view can be drawn like this. Two concentric circles will also be here. Only thing is that broken circle will be outside, outer circle. Outer circles will be broken, and the section of this internal thread has been shown here. And if there is a blind hole, we can show the thread like this. Two dashed lines are parallel dashed lines are shown, and here side in the side view, both the circles, which when we consider left side view, both circles will be dashed. And here we have, yes.
Sir, are these circular projection of view?
This is view. These are views.
Okay, okay. Sir.
These are views. So these are this is another part which is section 1 shown here. Thread is shown here, here and here. This is another representation of the square thread, where square thread external thread has been shown here, and the side view is similar to previous cases, and the internal thread for the square thread has been shown here. Again the side view is same as internal inner circle is complete, and outer circle is broken in this case. And threads are in engagement. If threads are in engagement, we can show like this, but it is not quite easy representation. So what we do, we just show the continuous lines, parallel continuous lines, up to which the thread is there, that we can show here. This portion thread is there, so parallel lines will be there, and up to which the component with external thread has been shown, which is shown here up to here. So this, in this way, engagement can be shown. Similarly, engagement can be shown in the section 1, where this part external thread has been shown here, and internal thread has been shown here. So hatching has been shown onto the thread, engaged thread.
Sir, can you go to the last figure again,
Yes,
please?
this one, this is in external thread. For this is external thread, and here this is internal thread. When they are in mesh, then we will have the hatching like this, and over the thread it is shown like this.
Sir, not this one. Before this one.
Before this one, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The outer circle is broken in the second figure. Why, sir?
This is the case of internal thread. So in case of internal thread, you have to show the outer circle broken, and in case of external thread, you will show the inner circle broken. So reason behind it is that when we see from this side, if we see from this side, a bigger circle which is corresponding to the root will not be visible from the side. Is it that if we view from this side, we will not be able to see the root diameter. So corresponding root diameter, we will show the circle as broken, not complete circle. It is representing that it is not completely visible. Although we can have the representation as dashed line, but in the thread representation it is not shown like thread dash line, but it is shown broken. Similarly, in case of external thread, here also we have the root circle root corresponding to root diameter. We are having the smaller diameter, and that is not visible from the right side. So the thing which is not visible, our rule says that we show them by dashed lines. But here in this case, we don't show by dashed line, but in a broken form of the circle.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Here one thing has been shown where the threaded fastener has been used. Threaded fastener means till now we were talking about the thread. So we are going to talk about the threaded fastener. Fasteners are those members which can be used to join different members. Like these are fastening members, nut and bolt. This is bolt, and this is nut. When we combine these nut and bolt and join these two plates together, we will have this type of joint, bolted joint. And there are different ways of drawing the threads, the heads of the bolt and as well as nut. So we have two methods. Empirical relations are given for this in terms of D, like nominal diameter D, thickness of the nut we will see, thickness of the nut capital D, and W is the width which we will later on see, 1.5 D plus 3, and R is the radius of chamfer, 1.5 D. So these are the relationship for the method 1, and similarly we have different relationship for the method 2. So based on these method, we have the drawing practice, and what are the different dimensions corresponding to this particular method, we will know. So we have W here, W 1.5 D plus 3 as mentioned in method 1, and D is the nominal diameter, and capital D is the nominal diameter, and thickness we can say this is the thickness. This is the thickness, thickness of the nut and bolt we can consider as T as is equal to D. And this details of this construction of this views we will see in next figure, where we can see this is the regular hexagon which we can easily make, and in the regular hexagon we can draw these lines, these arrows which are shown, these lines we can make. So we will have these lines, and this arrow R we have already seen, this is equal to 1.5D in first case, 1.5D. So if this thickness has been mentioned as D, so it means this point we already know, point 1 we already know, point 1 we already know, we can mark the center of this arc, which we don't know. We just put a compass, one end of compass on this, and mark the center on this vertical line, so we can get the center point. And now we can draw this arc, and we can get these 2 points. If once we have got these 2 points, 2 and 3, once we have got 2 and 3, we can draw, we can find out the center of these arcs, because we will have 3 points onto the arc, then we can locate the center. So we can locate the center and draw this arc. Similarly, this arc we can draw. In the same way, we can transfer the dimension from this side for the side view, and we can draw these arcs. So similar, in the same manner, we can draw these arcs, because 3 points are known to us. 1 point, 2 point means 10, 11 and 13. Similarly, 11, 12 and 14. So 3 points are there on the arc. Then we can locate the center, and after that we can draw the arc. So in this way we can complete this side view. We will get the complete side view like this. This is related to second method, but procedure is same, only dimensions are different. Procedure is same for drawing, dimensions are different. So we will get final views like this is front view, top view, and the side view. Side view you can see, because it is the internal thread, so we will see like this. External circle will be broken, and dashed lines are shown here in these cases for the showing of the threads, internal threads. This is related to square thread, square headed nut. Square headed nut is there, so it is having also different dimensions in terms of D. And for making the different views, for this case we can use the top view. If top view is like this, then the side view will this is the front view will be like this, or we can consider it as a okay, we can consider it front view. Then we can have the top view like this. Similarly, if we have the front view like this, then we can have the top view here and the side view here. So there is no difficulty in drawing it, because once we
You are muted.
got muted.
Okay, sorry for interruption. So we were talking about the construction of the square thread. We can see these are the two ways we can draw the views. One orientation is like this, then we will have only two views. And if we have this type of orientation of the square nut, so we will have the three views, this and this. So first front view, top view, and the side view. Here you can see that till now we were talking about the nut, which are hexagonal and the square headed nut, and now we have a hexagonal headed bolt and square headed bolt. So these are two bolts. These different dimensions are given in terms of D, and here length has been specified. Length can be any have any dimension. uh, so it has not been mentioned in terms of D, but in somewhere you can get the length also, but it is arbitrary. Standard bolts will have its exact dimension, but here it is kept free, means it is not having any dimension related to the D. Similarly, for the square nut, we have a few more things, like here we have washer is used to provide flat base for the nut when it is assembled together. Like here washer is used in this place, nut is here. So where we have the component, it may be, means on which it is attached, so that may be rough. So to provide the smooth base with smooth surface and the uniform distribution of area, we will use the washer. So this is the assembly of nut, bolt, and washer. Here there is another fastening member which can be used to join different members. Like in this case, this is called as stud, and stud, some part of stud is threaded in a small portion, and some part is having thread in long portion, and in between that there is no thread. So we can see this thread is stud is used to connect this plate and main casing, main casting. So we where we use studs, if we don't have head of this screw, so we can use at those locations where there is two places where we can uh, put the threaded part. So one threaded part is this one main casting, and we use at those locations where we don't have to uh, disassemble the parts again and again. Like here, if we fix once with the main casting, we don't have to rotate, remove this this main casting from this. We can just loosen the nut and remove this part and remove the plate. So in this way we can disassemble the part without changing the or without taking out the stud from the main casting. So this helps in retaining the threads within the main casting. Otherwise, if we disassemble again and again this stud from the main casting, so the wear of the component will take place. So to avoid this, we use this type of joint, that is stud joint, wherever required. There is lock arrangements of the nut. Whenever we use nut, due to the working of the machinery, there is loosening of nut, and when there is loosening, it may fall somewhere, and that may damage personal around the nuts where it is used, because it may run from there for a long distance, so it can hit someone. So to avoid this, we use locking arrangement. Locking arrangement is like that we have two nuts together like this. One nut will act as normal nut, other nut will act as lock nut. So here in this arrangement, you can see section has been shown. So this nut presses, lower nut presses this shank of the bolt, and this upper nut pulls the shank of the bolt in upward direction. So both have the tendency. It has a tendency to put the bolt of the body of the bolt in tension. So natural tendency will be that it will try to contract. If it is trying to contract, it means this is trying to hold the nut and the lock nut together. So in this way, it locks the nut bolt and the lock nut. There are various locking devices which are used, like here pin can be used, where pin can be used, so nut will not go out of the bolt. Cashel nut, which is used here, so where pin is used, so there is provision of putting the pin, so we cannot get the nut out of the assembly. There is another way that is called as wireless lock nut. Here we cut the nut itself and put the small screw in it, and so that it works as lock nut, and the locking can be achieved. There are few more things like foundation bolt. Foundation bolts are used to fix the machine onto a rigid base, and they are made with the help of this bolt and the concrete, or other materials also can be used. Different shapes of bolts are there. This is one is this hook bolt, and other is the bend foundation bolt. There are two types of bolts which have been shown here. There can be many different types, which you will see in that sheet, which will be provided to you. So here is only two types of shown here. So regarding this particular lecture, if you have any question, please ask.
Sir, once explain about washer and its functions.
Okay. This is here washer has been shown. Two views of washer has been shown. One is side view. We can see side, or we can say this is front view. This is side view. Side view in section, or we can say this is front view. This is side view. So this is
Sir,
like
which one, sir? Top and
this,
bottom. Say in that way.
as first figure, top figure. In top figure, you can see there are two views of the same component, that is washer. Washer is like a coin, you can think of, that is bigger than the coin, or even smaller than the coin can be there. In coin with hole, so like here there is hole in the washer. So the dimensions of the washer can be given in terms of D, capital D. It is the nominal diameter of the bolt. So these are the specification, and where it is used. We use the washer at those locations. Here I think is in this figure also washer is there. Okay, washer is not there. So here washer has been shown here. This is section portion of in the second figure. You can see the washer has been shown. So in this, what we do, we place this nut and bolt together uh, with the joining members. Like if we want to join two plates are kept here and here, means two plates will be kept here, and surface of the plate may be rough, and but the surface of the washer is smooth. So what happens, it gives the proper surface to the nut, so that it can be easily tightened, tightened, and at the same time pressure distribution along the surface of the washer due to the presence of the nut will be uniform. So two things, one is pressure distribution, can keep it uniform because of a smooth surface. At the same time, it provides a smooth surface for the tightening.
Sir, here where are the plates, sir? Can you show?
Here in this case, you can see these are two plates. These are two plates. If we put washer here, then if the surface is, most of the cases, if nut and bolts are used in machines are most of the cases they are rough in the surfaces which are not used for a special requirement, then they may not be smooth. So for that, washer has been used to put the smooth surface, and at the same time they provide the uniform pressure distribution which is applied by the nut.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So any more question? Okay, if you don't have any more question, we can stop it here.